makeup will last all day if you apply this one technique. So first, you want to start off double priming. I'm using the Maybelline Matte Poreless Primer. I already did my skincare and my skin prep, so I'm just going to go in with my primer. So what you want to do is you want to prime your T-zone. Just focus on your T-zone. That is your forehead to your nose. Those areas where you feel like you get oily the most, those are the areas you should prime. I'm going to just take that a bit into my face here, apply on my nose, above my lip. And you also want to apply here. So this is practically your T-zone, here to here. That's your T-zone. I'm going to apply it. So once this first layer is done, I'm going to let that dry down, then I'll go ahead and apply another layer. Now that it's all dried down, I'm going to go in with the second layer of the same primer, and I'm intentionally using a matte primer because I want my makeup to last all day. But depending on your skin type, if you have like a dry skin, you can use a hydrating primer, or if you have an oily or combination skin, because I'm a combination, so I alternate between hydrating and a mattifying primer. So because I'm going for like a look that I want to last all day, I'm going to be using a matte primer. So I want this area to be locked in. So now that I've done this, I'll let it dry down as well. Once this is done, I'm going to go in with my Fit Me foundation. This is also a matte poreless foundation. So I'm intentionally using matte products because I want a makeup that would last me throughout the day. I'm using this A24 brush from Morphe and Ariel. I'm going in the shade 342. Now once we're done applying foundation, you want to go in with your matte setting spray. So I'm using the Maybelline Matte Poreless setting spray. I'll just give that a generous amount over my foundation. Now the mistake you don't want to make is going back in with your brush to apply a concealer or blend out anything on your face. You want to let this dry down completely. Don't make the mistake of going in to try to blend or try to apply concealer or whatever. If not, your makeup will have patches. So you want to wait till it's very dry, like completely dry, before you go in to the next step. Now once this is dried down, I'll then go in with my creams, cream bronzer, cream concealer, blush and the like. So I'm going in with the Fenty concealer in the shade 385W to highlight. So I'll just put that here. My foundation is a bit dark for me, so I'm going to use a lot of this because I need to correct that. So the key to having a long-lasting makeup is you want to make sure you lock in most of the products as you go before you go on to the next step. Next, I'm going with the Fenty bronzer in Espresso. I'll be diffusing it with this MAC Studio Fix concealer palette in this shade. Going with the Huda Beauty concealer in Sugar Biscuit. I'll just apply this to my inner corner. Patrick Tar blush in Oh She's Different, cream blush. Blend this out. Now once we're done with creams, I'm going to go back in with my setting spray to lock in those creams. Just spray a generous amount all over the face to lock it in. So we're going to let that dry down again. We're not going in with anything or any brush. If not, you're going to get patches. So we're going to let that simmer and dry down before we go into the next step. Now that it's dried down, we're going to go ahead to set. I'm setting with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake in Banana Bread. Blend out the under eye first. So I'm just going to set first. And you want to set all your creams, like everything. I'm going to set all over. To set I'm only setting for now. We're going to then set the entire face. I'm using the Juvia's Play bronzer palette in deep dark. Set the bronzer in place. I'm going in with my MAC powder in NC43. This shade is a bit lighter than I am. Just a bit. But I already used a darker foundation, so I think it would balance. It would balance it. Yeah, I think it will balance. It's the Studio Fix powder foundation. Now that we're done setting with powders, I'm going to go in again with the same setting spray to set my powders. Now we'll let that dry down before we go on to the next step. Now that it's all dried down, I'm going to go ahead and bake using the same setting powder. I'll just put a light layer here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the rest of my face before we do the final step. When I'm done with my entire face, I'll finally seal it up with the same matte setting spray. And let it dry down. You want to be generous with your setting spray. This is all you need to keep your makeup lasting all day. I was very specific about the products I use. I mainly focused on matte products, so you want to focus mainly on matte products. If you apply all these steps I taught today, I promise you your makeup will last all day. And this is coming from someone living in a humid area, so it really works. It locks your makeup all day. Let me know if you'll be trying this in the comments. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.